So our catechism lessons for our older kids this week focus on who is Mary, right? Who is Mary? Who is her husband Joseph? What happened at the Annunciation when Gabriel came to her? What happened in Bethlehem? Everything that we believe about Mary focuses on or comes back to a belief about Jesus, right? If Jesus is actually God, then Mary is actually God's mom. That'll blow your mind, right? Jesus would be the only person in human history who got to choose his mother and in fact create his own mother. That's kind of bizarre, right? And so because she is God's mom, certain things flow from that. And so what do we believe about Mary? Number one, we believe that she is God's mom. She's the mother of God. Theotokos is the Greek word that we would use to describe that. She's the God bearer. By the way, you and I get to be God bearers as well when we have God living inside of us and we carry him with us into our schools, into our soccer practices, into our jobs, into our homes, our neighbors' homes, wherever we go, we bring God with us. We are Theotokos as well, right? We are God bearers. So Mary's the mother of God. She was immaculately conceived herself, right? We're going to celebrate that in December 8th. Mary, when she was first brought into the world in her mother's womb, in St. Anne's womb, Mary was conceived immaculately, without any original sin. Original sin is that defect that you and I inherit, right, from Adam and Eve. It's a goodness that should be there that doesn't get to be passed on to us, right? So Mary was able to be conceived with all of that goodness, with God living inside of her, thanks to her son, Jesus, dying on the cross for all of us, including his perfect mother, who's only perfect because of him. So Mary's the mother of God. She's immaculately conceived. She conceives Jesus in a miraculous fashion and gives birth to him. We call that the virgin birth, right? So Jesus isn't born in a normal way. He's born in a special way because he is God, right? We believe that Mary had no other children. The Bible talks about some people who it sometimes calls Jesus's brothers or sisters. There's no Aramaic word for cousin. So instead of saying my mother's sister's son, I just say, he's my brother, right? There was this kind of loose Near Eastern terminology for close family. They just said brother, right? So the Bible identifies some people as Jesus' close family, but the Bible identifies nobody as Mary's child other than Jesus. So we believe that Jesus was an only child. Mary only had Jesus. At the end of Mary's earthly life, her body and soul were assumed into heaven, right? Because she is a walking, breathing tabernacle, right? And we know from modern science, when a mom bears a child, she keeps some of that child's cells in her body for the rest of her life. So for the rest of Mary's earthly life, she had tiny cells from Jesus inside her body. So it makes sense that God wouldn't let that body decay on earth. He would assume it into heaven. Right? And so Mary's in heaven now. What is she doing? She is seated at the right hand of Jesus as the queen of heaven and earth, which means she is our mother. She's our intercessor. She's praying for us, and she's asking Jesus to give us good things. Those are some cool things that we believe about Jesus. But Jesus is fully human. He's got a mom just like the rest of us. She's got some special characteristics to her, but Jesus has a mother just like you and just like me.